Hello everyone, my name is Liv and today I have a new reading vlog for you. I actually am very excited to film this because I get to read one of my most anticipated books of 2019, and it is When We Left Cuba by Cleeton. Everyone has been messaging me asking when am I going to film this reading vlog, and it's finally happening. I finished all my other current reads so I can focus solely on this book, and this is the sequel to Next Year in Havana by Cleeton, which is my favorite book of 2018 and favorite book of all time, and I have an entire reading vlog all around that book, and that was actually my first reading vlog, so why not do a second reading vlog around the sequel? The sequel centers around Beatrice, who is the sister of the main character in Next Year in Havana. She is now living in America after they have exiled from Cuba, and she is actually working along the CIA for a really cool mission. She's going back to Cuba and she's going to try and assassinate Fidel Castro. This is obviously a historical fiction novel because that did not happen, but I'm really excited to see this book because Next Year in Havana was more realistic with the strife that Cubans felt when they left Cuba and the people who now live in America who are Cuban and they want to go back to their family's island. So that was more realistic, and this is a little bit of a twist because now it's centering around a kind of James Bondy type of a mission going back to Cuba, and I'm very excited to see what happens. I am already 40 pages in and I am so excited for this book because Beatrice is very much like my personality. She reminds me of Evelyn Hugo from The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and she just has a very witty personality. She knows what she wants in life. She's very ambitious and she has like a slight attitude, and I feel like I could relate more to her than the main characters from Next Year in Havana. While I do relate to that entire story completely and it's like my favorite book ever, I feel like I'm going to connect more with the main character in this book. So I will let you know along the way. I'm going to give you updates while I read and basically just do a typical little reading vlog for you. I'm not going to promise I'm going to finish this all in one day, so this might be like a couple of days of a reading vlog and I might just string it all together in a nice video for you. But now that I'm reading this, I'm so excited for it and I have no plans for today because all I want to do is read this book. So let's just get right into that. Okay, so I am a couple of pages into the book. I just finished a chapter and I forgot to tell you one part of the plot line that is super juicy. And since Beatrice is living in America, since they left Cuba, they're trying to make a new life in America. And she's living this high society life. She's trying to go to parties. She's trying to like make a name for herself in America. And one thing is, she keeps on bumping into this one guy who's a senator and he is engaged, but they like really click and it's kind of like a forbidden romance. And Cleeton also had a forbidden romance in Next Year in Havana and it was amazing. I love forbidden romances. I think they are the coolest thing ever. They're so full of angst and they just make me frustrated, but like in a really good way. And this one has a forbidden romance and I am so excited to see what's going to happen because I love romantic angst. It's just my favorite thing ever. But so far that is the one thing I had to tell you about because it's very juicy. Okay, I'm gonna keep on reading, and once I get to page 100 I want to show you a couple of books I got in the mail recently because why not also include that in this video? Why not switch it up? Spice up life. So my mom and I went to Starbucks and I got a salted caramel hot chocolate, which is my favorite. And I got to page 100 in When We Left Cuba, so I decided to take a quick break to show you a couple of books that I got in the mail recently because I want to talk about them to show it to you all in case you are interested, because I didn't want to make a separate book haul video. I have a bunch of stuff to show you. So let's just get right into it. I literally just got this in the mail, and it is from a giveaway that I won, and it was from the Sex Ed, which is a sexual education Instagram that I follow, and they were holding a giveaway for a book that I've been highly anticipating because someone at my college told me that I should read it because he said it was right up my alley, and it is Seduction by Karina Longworth. She is a podcaster all about old Hollywood and like the secrets behind old Hollywood and all the drama and stuff, and she wrote a book called Sex, Lies, and Stardom in Howard Hughes' Hollywood. I know about Howard Hughes because I saw my Heidi Lamar documentary that I'm obsessed with, and she briefly dated / worked alongside him because he was really into airplanes. She helped him figure out how to create a better wing for the plane because she's just amazing. So I'm so glad I won this giveaway because now I get to read all about old Hollywood and the drama and how terrible Howard Hughes is, because I'm very excited to hear about all the drama and all the things that he did in old Hollywood because I know he was a terrible person, but I know that the women who worked alongside him were amazing and resilient. So I cannot wait to read this. So the next book I got from Penguin Random House, so thank you so much to them for gifting me this book, and it is called Figuring. And this is all about women who are in the STEM field, and basically it's showing their entire lives throughout history and all the forgotten women that we don't know about, but we are going to learn more about in this book. I'm always trying to learn more about women in history who were kind of forgotten or pushed to the side, and this one is definitely going to be eye-opening. I cannot wait to learn about so many different people who have changed the world and we do not know about them. Oh, also, they're not just all women in STEM. It says they are artists, writers, or scientists. The next things I want to show you are actually book unboxings, and I have the Uppercase December box that I want to show you. I always open these really late because I'm just very terrible at being on time with things, but nonetheless, it's still interesting to look at. So I'm just going to take out everything from this adorable little pouch. And the first thing that I see here, I already unboxed this by the way because I have no self-control, but so the first thing I see here is this adorable wooden ornament, and it is from Narnia, and it has that deer man, Mr. Toomis or something like that. And I love how much detail there is in this little wooden ornament, and I really like the idea of having wooden ornaments because glass ornaments are just so easily breakable, so like this will last you forever rather than having a glass ornament that will break on you because we all drop ornaments. Then we also have Ladies of Lit 2019 calendar. I love little calendars like this. It has a quote for each month from a book, and it just has a nice little calendar. I use these a lot, so I'm so glad I have one for 2019. Then we have a quote from the book of the month, and it says, "What is wrong with being ambitious? I do want a world full of beauty and grace. I do want power, and what's more, I deserve it." And I highly agree with this quote. Then we have a little handwritten note from Uppercase, who I am working with for 3 months, so I have my November unboxing over on my recent book haul, which I will link down below. And then we're gonna have a January unboxing. Uppercase, if you do not know, is a YA subscription service. You could get a book every single month along with a bunch of Bookish goodies. And the book of the month for December is Amber and Dusk by Lyra Celine, and this cover looks amazing. I have no idea what this book is about, so I'm going to read the synopsis and come back to you and let you know all about it. So basically, this is a really intriguing fantasy novel where this girl has to go undercover in this fantastical society to learn more about this magic ability that she has, but she can't let anyone else know that she has this magical ability. This reminds me of those types of fantasies that are full of political drama and intrigue, which I know a lot of people like because like just creating so many fictional worlds and histories and politics is such an interesting thing to do, which I can never do. So this is full of political intrigue, magic, and secrets, and I think it sounds pretty dang awesome. So thank you so much to Uppercase for your December book box. You guys always send the cutest little goodies along with an awesome book every single month, so I'll be sure to link their website down below in case you want to learn more about them because they're all over Instagram, they're all over YouTube, and they're such a fun book box to give yourself some goodies every single month, which I think is a form of self-care. So let's go on to the last box that I have, because this one is super cool. I also opened it already because I have no self-control. So I was just chilling out my house one day and a giant box came home, and it is from Big Honcho Media and Disney Hyperion, and it is called The Dragon Pearl. This is a part of Rick Riordan Presents. Rick Riordan has his own publishing company, which is a part of Disney Hyperion, so he promotes diverse mythology and fantastical stories written by diverse authors. So this one is called Dragon Pearl, and I'm so excited to show you what's inside this box. So the first thing I see here that I kind of am obsessed with is this reusable water bottle, and it has Dragon Pearl on it, and I love reusable water bottles. I use these a lot around my house. Rather than drinking with a cup, I drink using reusable water bottles. I just like them because I can't spill my water, which I do often. So I always use these around the house, and I cannot wait to add this to my collection. Then we have this awesome Dragon Pearl lollipop, which I do not understand because it looks like a bouncy ball, but it's a lollipop, and I don't understand the technology used to create this, but I appreciate it. We are living in the future, folks, because this is amazing. Then we have an adorable little Dragon Pearl tattoo, which I think is cute as heck. And then we have the book, and it is a Korean mythology book, and that's all I really need to know because I love learning about different countries' mythology, and I love learning about their culture. And Rick Riordan Presents is a great publishing company in order to dive into mythology from different countries, and I really like that he's promoting diverse novels, and I cannot wait to read this one. So a 13-year-old girl named Min comes from a long line of fox spirits where her mom is like, no, we have to hide that from people. So Min's brother is a part of the Space Force, and people say that he deserted his spot and he did something wrong, and Min is like, he would never do that. I have to go see what's wrong. So she sets out to go help her brother and find him and see what happened. And in this book, Rick Riordan says, buckle up, fellow foxes, get ready for epic space battles, prepare yourselves for magic and lasers, ghosts and dragons, interstellar pirates, and warlike tigers. The Thousand Worlds holds all sorts of danger, but there are also priceless magical treasures to be discovered, and if Min succeeds, she might not only save her brother, she might save the entire planet. I think this sounds so cool because it's mixing fantasy and sci-fi together, so we get some fantastical mythological elements from Korean culture, but we also get to see her in space, and on the cover she's wearing this adorable little space outfit that I want so badly. And I also love the fox that kind of looks like a Patronus, and I am so grateful to Disney Book Group for giving me this book and for Big Honcho Media for thinking of me, so thank you so much to them. I cannot wait to read it, and if this interests you, I will put all the information about it down below because it sounds like an amazing novel. So let's get back to the reading vlog because I have more reading to do. I'm about 1/3 the way through When We Left Cuba, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. So I am on page 115 of When We Left Cuba, and I really like how different both books are because they both speak about different parts of being Cuban. And I like how this one is how Beatrice now lives in America and she wants to go back to Cuba and she wants to see it get restored to its beautiful state, and she wants to see it improved, and she's just longing to go back to the island, which is different from Next Year in Havana where they were afraid to leave the island. So it's very different perspectives that they took. And I also really like how Beatrice is like really feminist, and she's always talking about how women are treated differently both in Cuba and America compared to men, and how like the power dynamics work, and it's just very interesting, and I really am enjoying it, and I cannot wait to see what happens next because the forbidden romance is happening, political intrigue is happening, and there's a lot of CIA stuff also happening. I think this is like one of the first books that I've read where like there's spy stuff in it, and I think it's really cool. I need to read more books like this because it's really interesting. Okay, it is the end of day 1 of my vlog because I know it's gonna take me at least 2 days to finish this. And I am loving When We Left Cuba. It's not hitting me the same as Next Year in Havana, probably because Next Year in Havana is more about like the Cuban experience. And now this book is more of a historical fiction novel centered around a Cuban main character. So it's a little bit more fictionalized with the CIA, with the mission and stuff. But it's still just as good. I really love Beatrice's narration because she's so fearless, she's so powerful, and she really wants to get what she can get out of life, and she really wants to go back to Cuba, and she's just longing for the island again, which is relatable. I just love her voice so much, and I can really relate to her just as much as I did for Next Year in Havana, but I feel like Next Year in Havana is hitting me a little bit more than this book, but that's not to say that this isn't going to be a 5-star read. I already love it so much, and I'm so glad I picked it up. And hopefully I can finish it tomorrow because I really want to know what's going to happen, because it's getting angsty right now because there's a lot of forbidden romances happening, and it's getting good. After this video, I'm going to do my daily yoga, which I've been doing every single day since January 1st, and then I'm going to go to bed. So it is day 2. I have not done a lot today. The only thing I've seen is Beautiful Boy, which like completely messed me up. That was a beautiful movie, a very heartbreaking movie, a very devastating movie, but a beautiful movie. And then I just kind of washed my hair, journaled, and have been reading all day. Beatrice is like such a me character. She is so feminist. She is just very outspoken. She needs to get what she wants. She stands by her political opinions so hard, and she is just a very outspoken person. And she just had a conversation with someone in the book, and she's like, I can't push aside my politics in order to be with you because then it's not my full self that I'm being. And I relate to that on a very high level. Seeing that in a book has like really validated me, and I love Beatrice so much. I just love her character, and she is just so strong, and I love her, and I can't wait to see what happens next because things are happening. There's so much angst in this. There was so much angst in the Next Year in Havana, but this one is like on a whole different level, and I just love it so much. So I'm going to keep on reading. I don't know if I'm going to finish it today. I feel like this is going to take me 3 days to finish because I feel like I'm reading 100 pages a day because I'm not the fastest reader. Okay, I'm going to do my last update for day 2 of my reading vlog. I literally have only watched Beautiful Boy, have done my hair, and I've read all day. So I have about 60 pages left, and things are getting down to the wire. There are so many dramatic things happening. I am on the edge of my seat, and I am just waiting to see what Beatrice does next because that girl is so unpredictable, and I don't know what she's going to do. And I am just so worried for her, and I'm worried that everyone that she loves is going to get hurt. And I also wanted to talk about the fact that this is set during the 60s, and I think it's really cool to learn more about Cuban politics during the 60s because I never really hear about that because I usually hear about things that happened before and after the revolution, but I never hear about the Cuban politics mixed with American politics during the 60s. So we're learning a lot about that. So in this book, there's a lot of talk about Kennedy with the Cubans and how he wants to maintain peace with them, but there's a lot of tension there, and I like learning more about that because my history classes never taught me a lot about Cuban politics mixed with American politics, so it's nice to learn more about that. And it's just such a well-written novel. I feel like the history is amazing. It's teaching me so much more about Cuban culture in the US. So I will definitely finish this book tomorrow because I only have 60 pages left, so I will update you all on my thoughts about that. And I'm going to do yoga now and then go to bed. I finally did it. I finished When We Left Cuba. It's definitely a 5 out of 5 stars read for me because I just adored it completely. It was just such an emotional book that I completely connected to. I feel like I could relate to Beatrice's character so much more than the other characters from Next Year in Havana because her personality just really mirrors my own, with her fierceness, with her outspokenness, with her attitude. I just loved her so much. She's definitely a book idol to me because I'm now going to look up to her, and I just wish I had another book centered around her because I want to learn more about her story and her life and all the missions she went on because she was such a cool Cuban spy. I don't think I've ever read a book about spies before. And the whole espionage part of the plot was just so well written in a way that wasn't confusing because it was actually like pieces of history that happened, so it was really easy to like follow along with. And I just loved it so much, and now I'm sad that it's over because I want to read more Chanel Cleeton books, but I'm gonna have to wait till next year to read another one. And I just want to reread this one already, and I just finished it like a couple minutes ago, and it was so good. I cannot recommend it enough. If you loved Next Year in Havana, you're gonna love this one so much. Can't believe that it's over, and I wish I like spent more time, I don't know, just like letting it like sit inside of me instead of devouring it in like 3 days. But it was so good. I'm definitely going to reread it sometime soon in this year because I loved it so much, and Beatrice is now one of my favorite characters, and this is definitely one of my favorite reads of 2018 so early on in the year, and I am so glad that I picked it up. And I'm so glad that I got an early copy, and it's just such a good book, and I need everyone to read it now once it comes out in April. It's so freaking good. I loved it. So thank you so much for watching this reading vlog. This one was a little more sporadic because I didn't do a lot of stuff besides reading. I hope I convinced you to pre-order When We Left Cuba because it's one of my new favorite books, and now you should read it because it was so freaking good. If you like spies, if you like historical fiction, if you like strong female leads, I think you would love this novel, and it was so good and I loved it so much. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye!